We back. Hit the wrong button there. We're back. Media Marcus, October 15th, 2025. I'm your host, Media Marcus. And it's so I was putting together the agenda for today. I think it's officially Ladies Night here on Media Marcus. It's Ladies Night on Media Marcus. It's got a lot of topics about the women around sports and entertainment. So I'm stamping it. It's officially Ladies Night here on Media Marcus. I'm in the building, Media Marcus, your host. October 15th, 2025. I'm going to give you guys the latest in news, sports, and entertainment. And I'll be here, y'all. I'll be here Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturdays to myself these days. But yes, I'm in the building. October 15th, 2025. I'm your host, Media Marcus. And yeah, usually I got my guys with me on Wednesdays. We talk What's the Line podcast. And they're not here tonight. I had a late meeting. Had no idea when I would get home. And, we're retooling and figuring things out as it goes. But Annie Up Consulting, the boys, the guys, I got a best bet for you guys on Thursday Night Football, so I'm going to get into all that here on Media Marcus. So I want to talk What's the Line podcast. We'll also talk, and that's NFL Week 7. It's Week 7 now, Week 7 NFL. I'm going to talk some Kim Kardashian, Angel Reese, Summer Walker, Nicki Minaj, Morgan State University as well. But it is Ladies Night here on Media Marcus. I have nothing to talk about but the ladies. And that's what it should be. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to start off with Andy Up Consulting, What's the Line podcast. And we're back. Andy Up Consulting presents What's the Line podcast. I'm your host, Media Marcus. Let me get some water. Pardon me. I'm your host, Media Marcus, running the solo show today, ISO. I'm on a little ISO show. It's just me. If you're listening out there, so obviously season 7 of What's the Line podcast. I'm holding it down today, running the ISO isolation plays. I'll pretty much just be talking Thursday Night Football right now. I haven't really gotten to dig into all the stats this week yet, which I'll be doing Thursday and Friday. However, it's Thursday Night Football we got coming up. I'm your host, Media Marcus, and I'm going to talk some trends. I got a best bet for you guys as well. And I'll quickly look at lines as well in the other games for Sunday, and give you guys some leans or likes, or tell you what I'll be betting if that case comes up. So we're here, Media Marcus. I'm going to run the isolation play and give you guys a podcast, sports betting, as we're here. Season 7 on What's the Line podcast, presented by Annie Up Consulting. So I'm here, you got Media Marcus, and yeah, let's talk. It is the Steelers facing the Bengals. Steelers favored by 5.5 points. Total of 44 in this game. Look ahead for this was 4, -4 for the Steelers. And I'm just looking at the Steelers and Bengals game, Thursday Night Football division. The Steelers have not done well in division games, lately. The Steelers have not done very well in division games on Thursday Night Football, rather, lately. So traditionally, when the Steelers, they have these games on Thursday Night Football against division of foes, they don't do too well. Mike Tomlin spoke about that earlier this week. He also spoke about the fact that the Bengals and the Browns or the Bengals trade with them with Joe Flacco, and kind of threw some shade at Andrew Berry. I believe Andrew Berry's with the Browns, right? But Andrew Berry, he threw some shots at him, and I don't know if Flacco will feel a way about that. But obviously, Flacco was traded in division from the Browns to the Bengals. Now he's facing division opponent in the Steelers. And I mean, looking at this line, I mean, the Steelers laying 5.5 in division. That's a lot of points for the AFC North. Thinking about, I mean, just the rugged games they played over the years, this AFC North, and how they get down. And usually these are like 3-point games. Even when we thought the Steelers would beat the Browns last year, I remember Jameis coming in in the snow and getting that win. So, I mean, the Steelers laying 5.5 points here. Mike Tomlin, as a coach, 34, 43, and 3 against the spread is a roll fade. Not his greatest spot. Looks like it was that 9 games under 500. So Mike Tomlin, this isn't the greatest spot for him. So I got to lean with the Bengals here. I mean, I don't think I'll be betting the Bengals at plus 5.5. But when I think about this AFC North, it's usually a tight game. I know the Bengals have struggled mostly this season, but they are home on a short week, catching 5.5 points in division. Gotta lean with the Bengals here, as you know these are familiar foes, and we could see a Flacco coming out party as he gets a little more comfortable with the system. And I got a best bet on this game. Got a best bet on this game. This is the Steelers and the Bengals. Bengals catching 5.5 points at home. Steelers favored by 5.5. And yes, my best bet in this Thursday night football game is Noah Fant, the tight end for the Cincinnati Bengals. His receiving yards at 25.5. So that is my best bet over for Noah Fant, 25.5 receiving yards. That's minus 40 right now on Fanatics, but you can obviously move that around and get a better number. You can get just 25 yards, so if that's available, I would take that as well. But yeah, 25 plus yards for Noah Fant. This is a guy who's hit this number in every game he's been healthy in this season. He missed a game and then came back and didn't play in the next game. So every other game though, he's hit 26 or more yards. This is a Steelers defense that is giving it up to the tight end a lot. When you think about the Cleveland tight end that went off, had 7 receptions for 81 yards last week, and you think about A.J. Barner a few weeks back, had a couple receptions for a touchdown and 26 yards against this Steelers team. So 25 and a half is the highest I would go up for this number. Noah Fant, but I think that him and he's teaming along with Joe Flacco. Flacco traditionally has loved the tight end position and throwing to the tight end position. I'm thinking of Mike Gesicki. I'm thinking of Dennis Pitta. I'm thinking of just a lot of guys over the years that Flacco's built a connection with. On the tight end position. So Noah Fant over 25.5 receiving yards, 25 plus receiving yards is my best bet. I'll put this out immediately so you guys can try to get on it as soon as possible. But that is my best bet for this game, and I think that I hope we see a W come home. But I think this is a very good play, Noah Fant. Even if you are looking for a tight end in fantasy, might want to pick him up. Noah Fant is Joe Flacco has a really good rapport with tight ends in his career. Fant had 4 targets and 4 receptions last week. Tanner Hudson is out with a concussion. Mike Gesicki is out with pectoral. So we'll see a lot of Noah Fant usage Thursday night football. So that's the best bet for me. Noah Fant, Bengals tight end, 25 plus receiving yards here on What's the Line podcast. All right. Before I get out of here, because like I said, that was kind of the main game I'm gonna focus on. You guys know I put out more content over the weekend on anything that I like, and the any best bets that I have, I'll put in the Discord. I'll try to tweet that out. Remember to tweet that out as well. A lot of stuff going on. If you see this, remind me of it, please. But I'm just looking at the slate. I mean, yeah, nothing really jumps out to me. I wish Tennessee coach was still coaching Brian Callahan. I would have played New England, but that's not how the world works. But I'm looking at the Jets. I think the Jets have a really good possibility of covering against my Carolina Panthers. This is a Panthers team that's laying 1.5. It got up to 1.5 points on the road. I know they won a couple games in a row, but it looks like Chuba Hubbard's going to come back. They are going to play him. They are going to have to adjust some. So we'll see how they play. But laying points on the road for the Carolina Panthers, that's new to them. That's not what they do. I talked about previously Dave Canales. He's been very good as a home underdog, 7-3 against the spread. As a road favorite, I don't think he's had the luxury of being a road favorite. So you have no data on that at all. And then you're going to lay points here. I know Justin Fields. did not look great last week, but last week is last week, and this week is this week. So we'll see what they're going to do. I don't feel like neither team is going to be able to run the ball. So if you make Bryce Young have to throw, I don't know about that. Maybe we'll see Justin Fields run a little more. I think that's kind of how you're going to have to break this Carolina stout run defense. So I like the Jets plus the 1.5 to 2 points. I'm definitely thinking about betting that. And teams after playing in London, they've been successful as well the week after, not taking that bye after playing in London. You play directly the week after. We've seen teams have success in that role, and I think the Jets will be no different here. So I do like the Jets catching the points this week versus the Panthers at home. Another game that I like, I'm looking. I'm not going to force anything. Um, well, I'm looking on the board here, and it's just a lean right now, but lean with Detroit minus the 5.5, coming off a loss. Um, Dan Campbell is money in any spot. Again after a loss, he's definitely been money in, and he's a profitable coach. I do worry about Baker Mayfield though. I mean, he's been electric MVP candidate, and this bet may not come home. That's how I feel about it. It may or may not, but I'm willing to back Dan Campbell every single week. So I think this week I'm going to start it and just ride it out the rest of the season. But Dan Campbell, he's that type of coach that will cover. It's a 5.5 point spread, and but it's against Baker, so I'm definitely wary. But I certainly lean right now with the Detroit Lions and Dan Campbell. But I mean, Baker Mayfield also really good in this spot as an underdog. I mean, Baker Mayfield, I believe, is 11-3 against the spread as an underdog with excuse me, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that's going to be a wary one. I also lean with the Houston Texans. This is a Seattle team. Mike Curry talked about it that does very well against or on the road. 10-1, right? They're in 11 games. They've won 10 of those. They're on the road, but at home, not as great. We bet against them at home a couple of times actually. But I also got a Texans team that's been extremely profitable, uh, being as an underdog. The team's 500 or more uh, winning percentage. So let me see if I can find that stat right now. But I know I lean certainly with the Houston Texans here, catching the 3 points on the road. Let me see CJ Stroud, what I got in my Rolodex for him. But um, CJ Stroud. I believe he's 6-2, 7-2 against the spread. I'm to team as an underdog to teams 500 or greater. I gotta double check that, so don't quote me on that yet. I'll give out the actual stat in the Discord. But yeah, I definitely lean Monday Night Football with the Houston Texans, and we'll talk about that game as we get closer. But yes, I'm your guy, host Media Marcus. What's the Line podcast? That is it for me from that, and we'll put out that audio in the morning, and I'll get that clip ready for Noah Fant. Bengals wide receiver, 25 plus receiving yards. That's the best bet for me for Thursday Night Football. I've already played it. You can get over 25.5. That's the bet that I played. Minus 140 at Fanatics. Before it moves, TikTok. But you can also, alternate it at 25 plus receiving yards. Noah Fant, tight end for the Cincinnati Bengals. Best bet for me, Mark P, Media Marcus, via What's the Line podcast. So yeah, get on that. No offense. I'm cheering for him tomorrow. Him and Joe Flacco. All right, let's get into some things. It's ladies' night here on Media Marcus. It's ladies' night. I said it's ladies' night. Yeah, I mean, all the topics that I have outside of football are women in sports and entertainment. So we're gonna get right to it, and I gotta start off. I gotta start off with Angel Reese. Angel Reese, I think I talked about it here on this platform, but recently announced she's going to be in the Victoria's Secret fashion show. Um, obviously I heard the news and was like, all right, that'll happen when it happens, but it happened so soon. It happened tonight, And let's check out Angel Reese making her debut. So I share my screen. We're going to check out Angel Reese making her debut model on fashion. Angel Reese here makes her Victoria's Secret fashion show debut. A little bit of a tongue twister for me. So let's check that out. Angel Reese making her Victoria's Secret fashion show debut. Yo, shout out Angel Reese. Yo, shout out to Angel Reese. Made her debut. Victoria's Secret fashion show runway. And she killed it. I mean, she killed it. I didn't have no problems with it. I don't know if you did. I didn't have any problems with it. Shout out to Angel Reese. Make some noise for Angel Reese. She did that. She did that. Angel Reese, God bless her. Me bound. Shout out to the me bounds. Gotta get them. Gotta have them. I'm not mad at that. Go Angel Reese. It's ladies' night here. Media Markets, baby. It's ladies' night. We're joining. It's ladies' night. Media Markets. I'm here. I'm your guy. October 15, 2025. Media Markets. And yeah, that was Angel Reese. Can't wait to edit that clip. Let's keep it moving. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, Summer Walker. Let's talk Summer Walker as we stay with the ladies' night here. Ladies' night theme on Media Markets. Looks like Summer Walker announces finally Over It will be her next album dropping October, not October. Summer Walker announces finally Over It. Looks like that will be her next album in the Over It series out November 14th. So we look forward to that for Summer Walker. And she looks like she's just completed a new project. And we'll put that out November 14th. Finally Over It as she continues in her Over It album series. And Summer Walker's good music. She really is. Summer Walker's good music. Heart of a Woman? Come on now. You can play that. That's good music. But Summer Walker announces November 14th. Yes, she will be, it looks like, releasing her new album. The name of it is Finally Over It. And yes, it looks like November 14th, Summer Walker will be dropping a new album. Shout out to Summer Walker, man. I like her music. But yes, it is ladies' night here on Media Markets as we talk Angel Reese. Runway, debut, fashion show, Victoria's Secret. Can't wait to edit that clip. You know what I mean? And then what else do we got here? We just talked Summer Walker as well as a ladies' night here on Media Markets. The next lady I got to talk about is Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is back out there. She's tweeting, letting it be known. Let's say with Nicki Minaj, the latest is going on with Nicki. Yes, Nicki Minaj. She says she's no longer putting out an album. Nicki Minaj, she recently tweeted that her album will be coming out in March of 2026. And now she's saying, yeah, I'm no longer putting it out. She tweets, okay. She tweets, quote, okay, I'm not going to put out an album anymore. No more music. Hope you're happy now at S.SC, which is Jay-Z. Bye, Barbs. Love you for life. And tweets like an AI picture. This is Nicki Minaj I'm talking about. And she says she's no longer going to put out her album. And tweets at Jay-Z. Says, hope you're happy. What the hell is going on, man? What's I've really been, not trying to dig too deep in the tweets and stuff from Nicki, but yo, what do you mean not gonna put out an album? Isn't that how we make, you make your bread? Like you put out music, you sell the records, they stream, you tour, residuals. Now you're not gonna put out an album? I don't know what's going on with Nicki Minaj, but I like when Nicki Minaj is rapping and in the booth, making records, hit records like Everybody. That was a really good record for her last album, Everybody. I'm talking about Nicki Minaj. And right now she said she's not putting out another album. Bye to the Barbs. Hope you're happy at Sean Carter. So we'll see what's going on with Nicki Minaj, man. I don't know. I have no idea. All right, so we're moving along. A couple more things before I get out of here. It's Ladies Night here on Media Marcus. We talk Angel Reese. We talk Summer Walker. We talk Nicki Minaj. And now, we're going to talk Mackenzie Scott. Mackenzie Scott, ex-wife of billionaire Jeff Bezos. I'm sure she's done a ton of other things as well. I just do not know them off the top of my head. I don't want to just... She's more than Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. Mackenzie Scott. That's what I'm talking about. Mackenzie Scott just awarded HBCU, Morgan State University, a $63 million gift, the largest in the school's history. This is Mackenzie Scott, philanthropist Mackenzie Scott, donating that much money, $62 million to Morgan State in Maryland. Yeah, that's tremendous. I talked about Arthur Blank yesterday, donating a ton of money as well to HBCUs in the Atlanta community. And it's just really good to see. I mean, these people are giving back. And, the HBCUs, like, I love to see that. I think there's so much empowerment with that. And these people are writing big checks. So shout out to that, because that's the future. And that's going to help someone do something on that campus or do something that'll better them outside of that campus. So kudos to Mackenzie. We first name basis, right? Mackenzie. Yeah. So that is the latest with Mackenzie Scott, philanthropist, donating $63 million to Morgan State University, HBCU. All right, before I get out of here, let me do some Kim K, man. Angel Reese still on my screen. It's amazing. Kim Kardashian, Kanye. She talked about co-parenting with Kanye. And when I saw it, I thought it was a little, I reveled for sure. Okay, I got the clip. So we're going to hear, this is Kim Kardashian talking about co-parenting with Kanye West and the dynamics of doing such a thing. So let's check that out.
Co-parenting relationship.
What do you think co-parenting with Kanye West is like?
Well, yeah, I guess that's what I'm curious. I'm wondering, how are you doing and how much is on you, Kim?
It's not easy. But I mean, I raise the kids, full time. They live with me, and I welcome a great, healthy relationship with my kids and their dad. And I think, you know, he knows that. I push for it all the time, but I also protect them when, you know, it's time for that, and it goes in waves and phases, and it's, you know, a lot of work. But like I said earlier, like I have the best memories and the best relationship, you know, with my dad. And even like I love that, you know, I see Tristan puts, you know, their kids to bed every night and takes them to school every day when he's not, you know, in season. So I just welcome healthy relationships, but it's not easy.
When was the last time Kanye saw the kids?
Hmm. Whenever he'll call for them and ask, it's probably been a couple months since we've heard from him. But
How do
yeah.
you handle, because it's all on you in those moments, the disappointment, if any, from the kids? Like, how do you explain those moments to them?
They always knew that he had a big life traveling before and was always on tour and all of that. So it's, you know, and that he lives in different countries all the time and loves to live all over the place. So, you know, we manage it really well. Like they love like their life and their routine and their schedule. And I think just their job as their mom is just to make sure that they stick to their routine and they're healthy and happy. And, you know, look, it's not easy no matter what.
All right. So that's Kim K talking about co-parenting with Kanye West, and it's ladies' night here on Media Marcus. And yeah, I mean, I think that obviously, yeah, can be easy. You, I think there are a lot of things to digest there. I think the first thing that she, or the last thing that I really heard that she said was just, her kids are into their routine and what they do on the daily, and of course, like kids need structure and routine. I'm sure she and her team and everyone, they're doing a great job with that. But I think also when people choose to marry someone like Kanye West, right? And I'm putting Kanye under this superstar, right? Superstar, right? This is Kanye West I'm talking about. He's been a superstar for so long that it's like rock star, and you think about how they live, and she talked about Kim Kardashian did how Kanye lives in different places at different times in different countries, and that does not really fit the routine for a child. And when you're raising them, I mean, even when you talk to sports figures and them getting traded and stuff like that, they usually leave their families kind of stationed in one area and just play the season, because they don't want their family, their children having to move and make new friends and all of that. You want them to be settled. So I think that's a dynamic, right? Like, you know, he been traveling, he been all over the place. So they see him when they can, I guess. But also, I mean, we also know that he's not all the way like mentally there. I think he's expressed that, right? Like he struggles with mental health, but I don't really know I don't know what the level of expectations are for him at this moment as a dad. Obviously, you want all fathers should be there for their children, but I do realize that when I say a quote like that, all dads should be there for their children. I feel that I'm like talking about mostly the common man, and Kanye West is not the common man. I mean, he's out of this galaxy. He's a superstar, rock star, whatever you want to call him. But I can definitely see how co-parenting would be a struggle, and managing the children and managing your relationship with the father. And Kim also talked about it's hard co-parenting for anyone. So imagine people of their stature, their nature. And yeah, I thought it was a really good conversation. I think that was the Call Her Daddy, Call Me Daddy podcast. So shout out to them. All right, that was Ladies Night here. Media Marcus, I'm your guy. October 15, 2025. Noah Fant, 25 plus receiving yards. Go play that right now. Fanatics. You can probably get a FanDuel as well. You got an alternate receiver. 25 plus receiving yards with Noah Fant, my best bet. I'll put that out, and we'll get some motion going. Appreciate you all for listening. Appreciate you all for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow after the football game. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. I will see you all then. Noah Fant, best bet, 25 plus receiving yards. I've already played it. You should too. And let's hope it comes home. Appreciate you all for listening, tuning in. I will see you tomorrow. It's October 15, 2025. I'm your host, Media Marcus, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.